So my current allocation, because I know everybody asks, I'm now currently about 25% Bitcoin, 55% Ethereum, and 20% other tokens. Why is Ethereum my bigger bet right now at this point in the cycle? It's because it is seeing different network effects. So it's got the network effect of investors, so people piling in. There's the network effect of developers working on the space, which dwarfs any of the other spaces in crypto. And then there's the network effect of the applications being built on, like DeFi and NFTs. So you've got this holy trinity of things happening. And then on top of it, you've got this change to ETH 2.0, which basically massively reduces the supply because they're burning ETH. So what happens is it becomes a scarcer asset. So then you've got a super scarce asset that is in massive demand from investors, from applications, and from developers. The other problem with ETH has been the high fees, and that remains the thing, the gas fees. But within the part of the transition to ETH 2.0 is this move to proof of stake and how this may lower the gas fees significantly and free up the network. And people are then building layer 2 solutions across it to make sure that we can get around this. So all I see is this giant sucking sound of talent into the Ethereum space right now. That means that it is growing faster, and it's playing out in the price of Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So it's kind of double, it's up. So Ethereum's currently up, if I look today on my Bloomberg screen here, Ethereum's up 450% this year, Bitcoin's up 75. I mean, that couldn't be starker. And also now with the FUD narrative, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt narrative of Elon Musk and the greenness of Bitcoin, which I'll come on to. I've got my own theories on that. That is one of the things I believe the ECB started was this, well, it's not green, look at the mining costs. Right? If we looked at everybody's kettle use across the world, it's probably more than that of the whole of the electricity of Norway. I mean, people just, it's because they've sliced it this way that it makes it look bad. I think it's the ECB trying to slow institutional adoption by pushing the ESG mandate back at these people, saying, hey, you've got a mandate here, and this doesn't fit into your mandate very well. And that slows adoption. I get why they're doing it. Problem is that creeps into Ethereum, which has a much lower energy input. So it just creeps out of one space and into another. You're not stopping the rise of digital assets. You're just slowing down Bitcoin at this phase. It'll speed up again at some point too, probably particularly when the ETF launches.
Question for Raoul. This is Luis Guarinius. He says, how will the exponential age affect the really poor developing countries? Is it really possible to have everyone in the world connected to the internet and digital world?
Yes, I know India well. India now has 1.2 billion people on mobile phones with almost free data. So that allows them to do things like sell their goods in marketplaces, in local marketplaces on that. And you'll see it from the India thing, about 1.1 billion people are now in fact, every single person in India is now in the banking system. That's unbelievable. They all have access to a bank account. They all have mobile phones, whether they're rural or city dwellers. So what that gives you is access to credit. They're building out a DeFi layer. The DeFi layer allows for credit access to smaller people and smaller businesses. That's a game changer. They're offering credit, so credit cards, and that's the interview with these guys at Simple, who I spoke to, the Indian guys. What they're doing, absolutely groundbreaking. I mean, they're building out a business where you essentially have a modern age credit card, which is some sort of digital wallet built on the back of India's new payments architecture. And you get to settle your bills every 2 weeks or 1 month, like you would with your credit card, for zero interest. It's 25% interest in the United States for a credit card right now. This is zero interest, and it's cheaper for the merchants. This is the kind of thing that changes lives in third world. Remittances, payments, direct subsidies from governments, without a middleman stealing it when it goes to the office, and the guy at the town hall taking the money, gets rid of the corruption. These are so big and so powerful. The ability to connect with consumers of the products that you make, particularly farmers, huge. Price discovery, so you're not having to deal with the local mafia on what they buy their potatoes off from you at, you're able to get market prices where you can then sell yours on your mobile phone to the best price in a marketplace. Game changing. So yeah, no, this is utterly revolutionary.